I can just ask you about the international call-ups as well that we've had this week. Some really great positive news for those, the club and those lads involved. And I guess Kwadwo Baah going with England under-18s is a superb achievement for him personally.
Yeah, I think recognition of what he's done this season, and I suppose I believe he's capable of doing even better, and I think he can get I think he can progress very quickly sooner rather than later. But to get recognition, before it used to always be a case of our best young players would always think they had to move on to a bigger club to get called up, a la Craig Dawson, or when Scott Hogan was called up to Ireland. There was a sense you could never get called up when you were at our club. So to see that change over the last couple of years was really exciting, and I suppose further afield, the likes like Reece Davis, who spoke about really, and Robert Sanchez's call up was a huge lift for us all really. Kind of treat him as one of our own, and almost still a member of the staff. So it's been a brilliant week individually for those guys, and as a collective, we're very proud, and a nice kind of distraction to the I suppose to the weekly schedule of games.
Conor Grant is another one who's come in. He's got a good run of his first taste of professional football. Really got a sustained run in the team, and he's been rewarded for that as well.
Yeah, hugely talented player. I think the Rochdale supporters I've met I've been very impressed with him, and I suppose initially my suggestion was that he kind of is one for next season, but he hasn't accepted that, and he's become an integral part of what we do very quickly. Just kind of conscious of the fact the last couple of games that he's been fast tracked, and as such didn't want to risk injury, but he's been brilliant, and to get into that Irish squad, under 21 squad, while he's with us, it's very pleasing to know that the club are being acknowledged at international level, and our players don't have to move on too quickly, which hopefully will allow us to convince those young players to stay with us a little bit longer.
Gavin Bazunu as well. He's obviously been called up to the Ireland under 21 squad this season, but to get a senior call up at the age of 19 really shows how vital his spell here has been for his development, but also his performances as well.
Yeah, I think it's huge recognition for a player so young to be in a senior call-up. I think typical of Gavin. I think the next step for him is that he wants to compete for that starting spot, and I think obviously my knowledge of Irish football is pretty good. I think there's a sense that squad is evolving, and youngsters are going to be given a real chance. So I think obviously Kevin Keller at Liverpool looks like he's going to be the number one, but Gavin will be putting pressure on him, and similar to Conor, I think I've been conscious in the last few weeks that Gavin's played a lot of games. If you look at the comparison of the amount of games those guys in that squad have played, his is almost like double since I think it's since January. He's played 16 games. The other guys have played like 8 and 9, so he's had huge game time. And even though he is, I suppose, a goalkeeper, there is a sense for me that I have to be careful that he doesn't become exhausted, and he has been carrying a few different niggles himself. So luckily for me, Jay Lynch has been training amazingly well, and kind of have a feeling that we may need him at some stage as well, which is good to know he's in such good form.
And then the final one is obviously Jack Vale. You've already mentioned him. He's coming back from that hamstring injury, and again, superb recognition for him. And I guess you'll be hoping he comes back fit and raring to go for the running for us. Yeah,
I suppose ourselves and the Rochdale people have barely seen him, so it's probably one that we'd like to see more of him. So it suits us really in terms of hopefully he'll get some game action where he probably wouldn't have had here in the 2 weeks' time, and we will need him, because he was brought in very much as a striker of great potential who we knew we'd need when the inevitable injuries cropped up. And this season, it's always a case of you think everyone's back and fit, and you think, oh, where are we going to fit Jack in, or when's he going to play? And before you know it, someone gets injured. It's the same at the back and everywhere else in the team. So we brought him in January for a particular reason, and the reason was when certain things happened that we could play. And he's a very exciting player, and he's capable of scoring goals. He just has to go and do it now, and he's obviously very young, so he'll want to prove that rather than just say it.